Welcome to English session. Today I will explain the chapter number 2 of NCERT book of Standard 8. The lesson name is the tsunami. Very first we will learn the meanings of hard words. The meaning of archipelago is a group of many islands and the surrounding sea. Tremor, a slight shake which happens on earth due to earthquake. Chaos, complete disorder or confusion. The meaning of recede means move back from where it was. As the words will come, that time I will explain again, but right now you understand that what I am going to say. Traumatized means greatly shocked and distressed. So these are the hard words of part 1. Now let's start the lesson. In the tsunami, the first lesson is the tsunami. What do you know about tsunami? What is tsunami? When the earthquake comes in the sea, that time this occurs. This occurs when the earthquake comes in the sea. So what happened? What happened? We cannot imagine. The waves of the sea enters in the city and in the island, and it destroys almost everything. So whenever the tsunami occurs, it destroys the everything. So we will learn here in this lesson the stories of courage and survival. Here in this lesson, the different stories of different islands from India, from Andaman Nicobar and from Thailand. The stories are given and we will know about the courage and the survival of the people. In 2004, the tsunami struck to the island of Andaman and Nicobar and to the Thailand and some parts of India like Tamil Nadu. They hit the islands Andaman, Nicobar and all these area. And what happened that we will know in this story. Okay, so let's start. Now the tsunami. In the first part, before you read, there is the map is given. This is the map of Andaman and Nicobar island, and here it is saying that where the Andaman island and where is Nicobar, on which side. Okay, first part is that a tsunami is a very large and powerful wave caused by earthquakes under the sea. On 26th December 2004, a tsunami hit Thailand and parts of India such as the Andaman and Nicobar Islands and the Tamil Nadu coast. Here are some stories of courage and survival. As I told you that the tsunami hit some parts of India and also some coastal area of Thailand and Andaman Nicobar. So some stories are given here that we will know about the courage and survival. These stories are all from the Andaman and Nicobar archipelago. In the part 1, the stories we will read that is from Andaman and Nicobar archipelago. The meaning of archipelago is a group of many islands and the surrounding sea. Ignatius was the manager of cooperative society in Kachal. His wife woke him up at 6 a.m. because she felt an earthquake. Ignatius carefully took his television set off its table and put it down on the ground so that it would not fall and break. Then the family rushed out of the house. The first story is the story of Ignatius. His wife woke him up and said as she felt that the earthquake is coming, so that time she woke up her husband. And then her husband, what he did? He put down the TV set, because generally we know that the TV, otherwise if it will shake, that time the television can be fall down. So he did that, and then the family rushed out of the house. When the tremors stopped, means the shaking of earth stopped, they saw the sea rising in the chaos and confusion, means it was totally disorder. When the earthquake comes into the sea, that time it was totally, the waves were totally in disorder way. Okay, two of his children caught hold of the hands of their mother's father and mother's brother. He was having two children, and his two children caught the hands of mother's father and mother's brother. And his wife also, he never saw them again. And then when the Ignatius never saw them again, means that all of them were swept away in the tsunami. Only the three other children who came with him were saved, because Ignatius had saved his life. So the three other children who came with him were saved by him. Okay. The next is Sanjeev was a policeman serving in the Kachal Islands of the Nicobar group of islands. He somehow managed to save himself, his wife and his baby daughter from the waves. But then he heard cries for help from the wife of John. John was the guest house cook. Sanjeev jumped into the water to rescue her, but they were both swept away. What happened with Sanjeev? First, he had saved his life, his wife and his daughter's life. But what happened when he heard the voice of John's wife? John was the guest house cook. When he heard that John's wife is screaming, is shouting, that time Sanjeev went to save her. And when he went to save her, they both were swept away in the tsunami. Now the next story is 13-year-old Meghna was swept away along with her parents and 77 other people. She spent 2 days floating in the sea, holding on to a wooden door. 11 times she saw relief helicopters overhead, but they did not see her. She was brought to the shore by a wave and was found walking on the seashore in a daze. Daze means that half awake and half asleep. Okay, not totally sleep, but half awake, unconscious mind. When it happened with the people, obviously he will be unconscious. So here same happened with Meghna. She was 13 years old and she was swept with her parents. She spent 2 days floating in the sea. In 2 days she was floating in the sea, and nobody, relief helicopters were coming, but nobody was able to see her. And what happened? She was brought to the shore by a wave. One wave came and she brought to the shore and was found walking on the seashore in a daze. Next story is Alams Javed, was 10 years old. She was a student of Carmel Convent in Port Blair, where her father had a petrol pump. Her mother Rahila's home was in Nankouri Islands. The family had gone there to celebrate Christmas. When the tremors came early in the morning, the family was sleeping. Alam's father saw the sea water recede. Recede means move back from where it was. Actually, wherever the sea should be, from where it was entering into the city. The water came rushing. He understood that the water would come rushing back with great force. He woke everyone up and tried to rush them to their safer place. Actually, Alam Jadhav, whose mother's home was in Nankouri's island, they went there to celebrate Christmas. As we know that the tsunami came on 26 December. So it was the next day of Christmas. So they all were there, and when the tremors came early in the morning, Alam's father woke them awake and then told them to went outside for the safer place. As they ran, her grandfather was hit on the head by something and he fell down. They all were going to the safer place, but what happened when they were going, that time her grandfather, Alam's grandfather, was hit on the head by something and he fell down. Her father rushed to help him. Then came the first giant wave that swept both them away. So first we thought that we have saved our life. But what happened with her father? That her father went to save his father's life, and that time they both swept away. Now next, Elam's mother and aunt stood clinging to the leaves of a coconut tree. They both were clinging means hold tightly. So they both, her mothers and also her aunts, both stood clinging to the leaves on coconut tree. So they thought that they saved their life. But a wave uprooted the tree and they too were washed away. Elam saw a log of wood floating. She climbed on it, then she fainted. When she woke up, she was in a hospital of Camorta. From there, she was brought to Port Blair. The little girl does not want to talk about the incident with anyone. She is still traumatized because she was greatly shocked and she was in distress. Obviously, she had lost her father, mother, grandfather, aunt, everybody in front of her. So she was traumatized, and then when after she saw that her mother and also her aunt were swept away, that time she caught a log and she was there, and when she opened her eyes, she was in the hospital in Camorta, and there she was brought to the Port Blair. And now the girl is still traumatized. In part 1, we read the stories from Andaman and Nicobar. Now, in this part 2, we will read the story from Thailand. Okay? The character is Tilly Smith, a British schoolgirl, was able to save so many lives when the tsunami struck Phuket beach in Thailand. Though she has won a number of awards, her parents have not allowed their daughter to be interviewed on television and made into a heroine. Obviously, because it could be happen that the media would be asked so many questions and her mind can be distracted. So that's why her parents took the decision not to give interview on television. Now here is a story from Thailand. The Smith family from southeast England were celebrating Christmas at a beach resort in southern Thailand. They were celebrating Christmas in a southern Thailand, in a resort of southern Thailand. Tilly Smith was a 10-year-old schoolgirl. Her sister was 7 years old. Their parents were Penny and Colin Smith. The mother name was Penny and the father's name was Colin Smith. Her sister was only 7 years old. It was 26th December 2004. Deadly tsunami waves were already on their way. They had been triggered by a massive earthquake of northern Sumatra earlier that morning. Triggered means caused. The meaning of triggered means caused. It was caused because of the earthquake came into the city. So massive earthquake came into the sea, and the reason was that only. The water was swelling and kept coming in. The water started to swelling and started to coming in. Penny Smith remembered the beach was getting smaller and smaller. I did not know what was happening. She did not know that what was happening, why the beach was getting smaller and smaller. Obviously, as the waves were starting to enter in the city, the beach will be smaller and smaller. The next but Tilly Smith sensed that something was wrong. Her mind kept going back to a geography lesson she had taken in England just 2 weeks before. She flew out to Thailand with her family. When she was coming to Thailand with her family 2 weeks before in England, she read a geography lesson. She was taught a geography lesson and she had taken in England. Tilly saw the sea slowly rise and start to foam, bubble and form whirlpools. She remembered that she had seen these in class in a video of tsunami that had hit the Hawaii Island in 1946. She remembered she had seen a video of tsunami. That video was related to 1946 tsunami which was hit in the Hawaii Island, and that was shown by geography teacher. Her geography teacher had shown her class the video and told them that tsunami can be caused by earthquakes, volcanoes and landslides. We can understand and know that the tsunami not only by earthquake but by the reason of earthquake, by the reason of volcanoes and landslides, tsunami can be occurred. Tilly started to scream at her family to get off the beach. She talked about an earthquake under the sea. She got more and more hysterical. Hysterical, the meaning is that when you are hysterical, you shout, you laugh and cry in a wild, excited way. That time we did not know that how we are shouting, but that is called hysterical. So she was getting more hysterical, and her mother Penny, I did not know what a tsunami was. But seeing my daughter so frightened, I thought something serious must be going on. She was telling to others that when I saw that my daughter is shouting and becoming hysterical, that time I thought that something is wrong, something is going to be wrong. So I thought that it is serious. Tilly's parents took her and her sister away from the beach to the swimming pool at the hotel. A number of other tourists also left the beach with them. Then it was as if the entire sea had come out after them. I was screaming, run, run, run. She was screaming as she saw that the entire sea, the people who were on the beach, they also left the beach when she saw that she was screaming, she was crying, and she is telling again and again that run. So the entire beach was empty. The family took refuge in the third floor of the hotel. The building withstood the surge of. Surge means force. The building withstood the surge of 3 tsunami waves. If they had stayed on the beach, they would not have been alive. Because of Tilly Smith, they all were climbed on the third floor of the hotel, and then they saved himself because 3 huge waves struck the hotel, and that time if they were on the beach, they would not be alive. The Smiths later met other tourists who had lost entire families. Thanks to Tilly and her geography lesson, they had been forewarned. Tilly went back to her school in England and told her classmates her terrifying tales. She was telling her terrifying tales to her classmates that what was happening to the Thailand. Here the story was Tilly Smith who saved so many lives from the beach, and now the part 2 here. Let's start the part 3 of this lesson. Look carefully at the picture of the boy and his dog. You will see a picture of the boy and a dog who is sitting there. And this is the picture of after tsunami. How the boy is saved. How he is looking the broken heart and everything. Okay. So nobody is there. He is alone. So it means that he had lost his family in the this disaster. So it is saying, now before the giant waves slammed into the coast in India and Sri Lanka, wild and domestic animals seemed to know what was about to happen. In this part 3, we will know that the animals are having senses. They know about the disaster before the human being. Very few animals actually died in tsunami. What was the reason? The reason was that only, that they are having sixth sense. Okay, so they are able to save their life. Before the giant waves slammed into the coast in India and Sri Lanka, wild and domestic animals seemed to know what was about to happen. They fled to safety. According to eyewitness accounts, elephants screamed and ran for higher ground. eyewitness, if we have the proof, we know that the elephants were screaming and they ran for higher ground. They were going to save their life. Dogs refused to go outdoors. Flamingos abandoned their low-lying breeding areas. Breeding areas means to go upper area, from lower to upper area. Abandoned means living from there, wherever they are living, they leave that area and they went to the upper areas. And zoo animals rushed into their shelters and could not be enticed to come back out. Enticed means whatever you are giving them, you are to attract them to coming out them, they were not coming out. Many people believe that animals possesses a sixth sense and know when the earth is going to shake. Some experts believe that animals more acute hearing helps them to hear or feel the earth's vibration. Some knows that elephants are having more senses to feel the vibration of the earth. They can sense an approaching disaster long before humans realize what is going on. They can realize that what is going to happen. So they are having sixth sense. We cannot be sure whether animals have a sixth sense or not. But we are not sure because nobody tells. We can only imagine. We are to see that the elephants were rushing, and many of the times you will see in your area that whenever the earthquake will come, the dogs started to bark, the cows will run. Okay, so that can be happen. It means that they are feeling before us. But the fact is that the giant waves that rolled through the Indian Ocean killed more than 150,000 people in a dozen countries. But not many animals have been reported dead. We are having the numbers that how many people died in tsunami. There were 150,000 people. But we did not have any report of died animals. No numbers are given. Along India's Kadalaur coast where thousands of people perished, means destroyed. Buffaloes, goats and dogs were found unharmed. The Yala National Park in Sri Lanka is home to a variety of animals including elephants, leopards and 130 species of birds. 60 visitors were washed away from the Patangala beach inside the park. There was a beach in Patangala beach was inside the park in Yala National Park, and 60 visitors were there. They all were washed away. But no animals, carcasses were found. No dead body of any animals were found there, except for 2 water buffaloes. Only 2 water buffaloes swept away. Otherwise, all were there safe. About an hour before the tsunami hit, people at Yala National Park had observed 3 elephants running away from the Patangala beach. A Sri Lankan gentleman who lives on the coast near Gare said his 2 dogs would not go their daily run on the beach. They are usually excited to go out to go for outing. He said, but on that day they refused to go and most probably they saved his life. Every day the dogs were very eager to go for outing, but that day they were denying. So because they were not ready to go for outing, they saved his master's life. Obviously his master will not go. So here it is saying that the animals are having sixth sense. They know before us. They can realize the vibration of earth before the human beings. So in this lesson, in this tsunami lesson, we know that how with courage the people saved others' life, and also we came to know that the animals are having senses and they can save their life without any help. Okay, so here I ended the lesson tsunami. In the tsunami lesson, we travelled on earth. Okay, we travelled on earth, we know about the tsunami. Now we will travel on the sky. I will take you to the sky by this poem. The very first we will know about the glossary. The meaning of inevitable means that cannot be avoided. Haphazard means without plan or order. Delineated means shown. The meaning of these words are here given. Okay? Let's very first I will read the poem and then I will explain. Can you imagine what your city would look like if you saw it from 10,000 feet above the ground? Can you imagine when generally we see when we are traveling through aeroplane? That time we can see when we above 10,000 feet high, how the earth will look like, how the city will look like. Neatly planned and perfect in proportion like a geometrical design, it would strike you as something very different from what it actually is while you are in the thick of it. When we are in the city, that time we cannot imagine that it would be so beautiful, because to go on above 10,000 feet high, that time we will see the city, it will look so nice, so beautiful in a proportion, just like that someone had made it very nicely with a geometrical measurement, it is made. But when we are in the city, that time it looks that it is very not proper, it is very haphazard. So here it is given in the poem. Here is a poet's description of just such a view of the city and some question that come to his mind. When the jet sprang into the sky, it was clear why the city had developed the way it had. Seeing it scaled 6 inches to the mile, there seemed an inevitability. What about a ground had looked haphazard, unplanned and without style when the jet sprang into the sky? Here in this first paragraph, the poet is saying that very first I will tell you the poet name, Zulfikar Ghosh. He is saying that when the jet sprang only to the 6 inches to the mile, that time it was clear that why the city had developed in this way, the way it had, because why it is looking so narrow and very unproper, why it is looking, because I was just only 6 inches high to the miles. There seemed an inevitability, means that cannot be avoided, that very near, the buildings are very close to each other. Okay, it is given, it is totally unplanned and without style. When the jet sprang into the sky on the height of 6 inches of the mile, the city is looking unplanned and without style. When the jet reached 10,000 feet, it was clear why the country had cities where the rivers ran and why the valleys were populated. The logic of geography, that land and water attracted men, was clearly delineated when the jet reached 10,000 feet high. When the jet reached 10,000 feet, that time it was clearly shown that why the valleys were populated and why the cities were developed near the sea. It is the logic of geography. What? That the land and water attracted men, because we want wherever we are going to set, there we want that we get water properly without any problems, and also the land should be plain. So the reason was that why the valleys and why the valleys were populated and why the cities were developed near the land. So on the 10,000 feet he can imagine that. When the jet rose 6 miles high, it was clear that the earth was round. Now he was at 6 miles high from the ground, and there he found that the earth was round and that it had more sea than land. On the earth there is more sea than land. But it was difficult to understand. But here the poet was confused. It was difficult to understand that the men on the earth found causes to hate each other, to build walls across cities, and to kill. From that height, it was not clear why. At the height of 6 miles, the poet was not clear that why the men hate each other. When the earth is one, the earth is round, and we all are living on one earth, then why the people are hating to each other? Why they are building the walls across the cities? You will remember that as you will enter in the boundary of Gujarat, you will see that there will be the gate or walls will be there, and there it is written that the boundary of Gujarat started. Why we are having walls? Why we have walls between us across cities, and why we are ready to kill each other? Why we complain? Okay, so here the main thing is going to say that why the people are hating each other, why they are having walls, why they build walls across cities, and why they are ready to kill each other. From that height, it was not clear that why. Actually, the theme is that when the writer, when the poet is in the city, that time he was thinking in that way, and he was not liking, and he was thinking about that particular situation. Okay, but when you will look to another point of view, that time in other perspective, that time you will see that you have to think very open-minded. You should be open-minded. You should not hurt others. You should not hate to each other. You should not build walls, because we all are same. We all are living on one earth. That is only one, and it is only round and one. And here also, when the poet is in the city, he found that everything is unplanned. But when you will go high, that time you will see that it is properly planned. It is it is saying that the earth is round, and it is properly planned that what is in the city. We should adopt open-minded attitude towards the world. We should think that we should have an open-minded attitude. It means that just like we should not fight with each other. One country is fighting with other country for some reason. So we should not do this. Okay, we all are one, and we should live in unity. So here the main thing was that. Students, today I completed lesson number 2. The tsunami and the poem geography lesson, which is given including this chapter. Okay, here I end the session. Next time we will meet soon with the lesson number 3. Till then, goodbye, take care.